if there are people watching that, that's your goal, your dream, that you can look at me and be like, yo, this guy did it, so I can do it. Okay, first video of a new series. This is gonna be way different to anything you've seen on my channel. Also, sorry, I'm a little bit sick, so that's why I sound like ass today. But I want to start a new series where I just kind of do more unedited videos like this. Just make things a bit more personable. I really like doing all the videos that I do, but I feel like a lot of the time then it just feels like I'm like getting into this content machine and there's not really like a personal aspect to it. And I just want there to be a bit more of a personal aspect between me and you, whoever watches me. So also just for myself and peace of mind, like I want to just make sure that I'm portraying myself, make sure that I'm portraying myself in a way that I would be proud of. I think that's like a big thing. And I think doing videos like this can kind of help bring that side out more. I feel like in the other videos, you know, not that I'm putting on a facade, but I'm trying to keep things short, concise, entertaining for you guys so that you can get value out of it, whether that be through learning like some cool new melody technique in a production video or a technique in a mixing video, or if you just enjoy my remix videos. All that stuff's great, but I feel like I also just want to do something that's more personal. That's pretty much it. So it's gonna be a new series. There might be long videos. Some videos might be super long. Some might be short. It's just gonna be me talking, kind of rambling about whatever topic is titled. The video is titled. So um, today is gonna be 2023 and what it took to be in the position I am now. When I'm filming this, it is the 8th of January 2024. So we're 8 days into the new year. And I thought it would be a nice way to start that series, just kind of looking back on the past year of my life, because so much has happened and so much has changed, and just kind of looking at where I'm at now, what's happened, and filling everyone in on this, because I also want my story to be like an inspiration for people, bro. Like, I really do. And I feel like the older I get, the more I want to kind of bring that to light. And there's obviously a way to do it, because you don't want to you don't want to get on here and act like God, right? And like, look at me, I'm the best thing in the world. You guys should all do what I'm doing. Like, I don't want it to come across like that, or I don't want it to be like that. But at the same time, I honestly feel like I have so much to provide people just from where I've come from, what I've done, and where I am now. I just know so many of you guys who want to be full-time musicians, producers, engineers, even artists would have so much to gain. So I feel like that's another reason I want to do these videos, is just so if there are people watching that, that's your goal, your dream, that you can look at me and be like, yo, this guy did it, so I can do it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm not saying I'm exactly where I want to be, but I don't think that means that I can't still get on here and talk about my life and, still try and provide value in that way through my experiences. So anyway, 2023 and what it took to get here. So I guess I'll just start at the beginning. Just before the end of just before 2023, the end of 2022, I moved into my own apartment in Vancouver. So before that, I had roommates. I was living in a different town for a little bit, just 8 months, and my rent was a lot cheaper. But I really wanted to move back to Vancouver. That's where I wanted to be. So I, kind of set myself like this ambition to move back. But I knew my friends wanted to stay there, so it was kind of like a solo mission, right? So I wanted to move back to Vancouver. I knew my rent was gonna go crazy. I knew it was gonna be super difficult to find a place, as like it's so hard to find rentals in the city as like a young single male who doesn't have a full-time job, right? At the time when I had roommates there, I was just doing music full-time, mixing and mastering, production, and whatever else. So I knew it was going to be so difficult to find a place, but thank God I found a place that I really love, and that's where am now. So I've been here for like a year and 2 months, something like that. Um, But yeah, I knew my rent was gonna go crazy when I moved back. It pretty much tripled, or even maybe a little bit. Yeah, pretty much tripled my rent. So when that happened, when I moved back, I was like, I need to get a job just in the meantime to make sure I can pay my rent. And even with that job, but it was like, I was still stressed, bro. And I was still like, it was a part-time job, but I was still like, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to like make this happen. Like so many months, and like I still think about like this sometimes. Like so many months, I'll just be sitting there like I don't know if I'm not that I don't know if I'm able to pay rent, but I don't know if this is gonna work out. Like I don't know if I'm gonna be in an okay position in like 2 or 3 months. I always kind of had that mindset of like if I have a bad couple months in terms of income, this could be gone. But in a way, I thrive off that pressure. Like I love that pressure so much, and I still feel it now. And we'll get into why I feel that now. But back to the story. I got a job, um, and it was a part-time job in a restaurant. It was actually quite fun. I met some cool people. The hours were tough, obviously. A lot of like late nights, and then I didn't have a car or anything, so I'd like bus home, and like when I started it was winter, so it's like super cold. So it's a little bit rough in terms of that aspect. But I loved it. I was just so happy to be back in Vancouver where I wanted to be, and I was just like so happy that I was able to get a really nice apartment that I liked, that was enough space for me, that I could afford, kind of, could try and make it happen every month. I had opportunity, to make it happen. So I was just happy, and I didn't mind working that job at all. Fast forward a couple months, 5 months or so, because the goal was never to stay in that job. It was like a transitional period. Like, okay, I'll get a job for a bit. I'll go crazy on the music as well, and then when I get to that point where I'm making enough just from music, I can quit my job. So I was like, okay, cool, that's a plan. Then about 5 months in, I had another job opportunity. A lady reached back out to me when I was first looking initially, before I got the first job. And so this was like probably a little more hours every week, not by much, maybe like 5 more hours a week, but it was more like a 9 to 5, right? Like traditional hours. Like I think it was like 10 to 6. But the restaurant job, and this is retail, but the restaurant job was just like uh whatever, bro. Like could be like 10 a.m. to 4, could be like 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. It could be 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. So like it was all over the place. So also a big reason why I wanted to take this new job. Two reasons why I wanted to take this new job. Higher paying, by quite a bit, and I didn't have to work at night. And the reason the second reason was so important to me is because when I was working in the restaurant, I got broken into, bro. My apartment shit got broken into. Something from a horror movie. Uh, I get home, bro, and I live in such a safe neighborhood. Okay, so I did not. I was so oblivious, and also, okay, it was St. Patrick's Day. I remember this. I went out with a couple of my coworkers. We went to this bar or something. It was like this gay bar, actually, bro. Hilarious. Went into this gay bar, and then I whatever. Had a good night. Not like that though. Not like that. Not like that. But you know what I'm saying. It was a fine night. Not because we had a gay bar. Anyway, bro. I come home with this chick who's like was a coworker of mine at the time. Uh, you know, and we get to my apartment. My front door's like they didn't break into the front door, so I'm unlocking the front door. Everything's fine. Then I walk in and I see like this cabinet that's like open. It's like where my electricity box is or whatever. I'm like, okay. Oh, the first thing I noticed was the cupboard on my left when I walked in was just open. It's just like a little storage area. I have like my suitcases there for when I travel, and there's a bunch of other random shit that like the last person left, like before he moved out. So it's just like random stuff in there. But the door was open, and it's like right in the entranceway on the left. So I was like, okay, that's weird. I didn't remember leaving that open. Then I look at that other cabinet where the electricity box is. That's open. I'm like, this is me, bro. Thinking I live in such a safe neighborhood that like nothing like this could ever happen. I wasn't. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. I wasn't even thinking this, bro. I saw like that first door, then the cabinet. I'm like, huh, that's weird. Maybe like it must have been like a maintenance person from the building that like came in to check something. That's what I'm thinking, bro. I'm not even thinking like, yo, this is sus. I'm just like, oh, okay, chill. Like someone probably they probably had a spare key. I didn't care about it, but whatever. It's probably chill. Nah, bro. But that's what I was thinking. But then I walk through my kitchen, and then I turn left, and that's where like I have like a one bed, but the one bed I turned this into a studio room. So like the lounge is technically like my bedroom. So I look left, my bed's there with like my set of drawers, and then I just see all my drawers, bro. All of them are open, and there's just shit everywhere on the floor. And I'm like, bro, this is not a maintenance guy, bro. What could he have been trying to find? And then I knew what was up, bro. I was like, oh, fuck, bro. So anyway, and then I see the sliding door to my balcony open. And I'm like, okay, yeah, so someone obviously clearly broke in, bro. Then my mind went into panic mode because I was like, what did they take? You know, that was a big thing. So obviously first thing I come into this room, into my studio. And I'm like, what did they take? Biggest thing, bro. I'll tell you the good news first. I have this mic that I'm talking on right now on a boom arm. Didn't touch it, didn't take it. My freaking headphones didn't take them. My monitor didn't take it. My interface didn't take it. Super weird. But the big thing was they took at the time I had a MacBook, now I have a PC. But I had a MacBook, took my MacBook, bro. So like, that was a big one. Lost like a bunch of client projects, a bunch of my own stuff that I was working on. And it sucked, bro. It sucked. They stole a Nintendo Switch as well, but like, who cares about that? So I just remember going outside and this chick's like here with me. We thinking we about to get home and like just, do a little something. And then she walks into all this shit. I also felt so bad. I was like, bruh, of course with my luck, bruh. Of course with my luck, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen, bruh. The one time I bring a chick home, someone broke into my apartment, bruh. Of course, bruh. Oh my god, it sucked. And I remember just going outside to the balcony, like opening it because the door was broken. So I live on the second floor. They jumped up onto my balcony and broken like that. Thankfully now I have way more security measures in place. Nothing like that will ever happen again, and I'm always here. But yeah, I remember going outside the balcony, just sitting down outside in the balcony. I think I was kind of crying, and I was just like, I'm fucked. Like, that's it, bro. I can't afford to live here anymore. I was like, my MacBook's gone. Then I also started stressing, like, maybe they got into my bank somehow. Or, like, I had my wallet on me, but I can't remember why I thought they might. Oh, because they had my Mac. I did have a password on it, but I was still stressing, like, maybe somehow they got into my bank. I was like, my Mac's gone. That's, like, a $2,000-$3,000 investment that I'm going to have to pay again, like, out of pocket. And I was just like, I'm done, bro. I was like, damn, like, this did not work out. Like, and I was doing so well, bro, up until then. With, like, being able to pay bills and everything. And then that happened, and I was like, I think this was in April or March, April. And I was like, bro, like, that's it, bro. I'm gonna have to, like, move out. I'm gonna have to, like, my dad lives on Vancouver Island. I live in Vancouver, obviously. So I was thinking, like, maybe I have to ask him if I can move in with him. Or, like, I don't know what I was gonna do, bro. So that was crazy. But luckily I did have tennis insurance, so I actually did get some money from that. And I did have a custom PC coming the next day. I tend to do this. I tend to stress myself out, like, before I need to be stressed out. And I think I get it from my mom, because we talk about it sometimes. And, like, I think we both kind of have that. It's good in a way, because it's like we're preempting what's going to happen. So we can put measures in place to make sure we don't get into, like, a tight situation financially. Or, like, a bad situation in terms of anything else. But it is then, like, I take on a lot of stress and stress myself out maybe when I don't have to as much. But yeah, I was just, like, super stressed when that happened. But yeah, luckily I had tennis insurance, all I got paid for. Anyway, bing bong boom, that happened. So back to where I was. These videos are gonna be crazy, bro. Back to what I was saying. The second point of, like, why I wanted to get the second job that paid more money. And was more regular hours is because I'd be home at night. I'd get off at like 5, 6. So like if someone tried to break in again or something, I'd be home and I could stop it. So that's another reason. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. I need to turn that off or something, because anyway, back to what I was saying. So that's why I wanted to get the job as well, because then I'd be home and I could prevent that. So anyway, after working in the restaurant for like 5 months, I took this other job in retail. Not as many employees. I won't be around as much bullshit, like people wanting to go out with me all the time, because I'm not into that stuff. And everyone at the restaurant is always trying to get me to go out, do coke with them. And I was just like, bro, this is not fun for me. I don't even want to go out. So I was like, it'd be nice to be in an environment where I'm not around that, and I can make more money. I can be home at night. And it was only 4 days a week. So I was like, I'll have 3 days to do music. Then I work 4 days, and then I can do music in the evenings as well. So I was like, perfect. And it's more money, so a little more stability. So I was like, perfect. So I take that job, bro. And I mean, this was a turning point for me. This was like the big thing that happened last year besides break-in. Took that job. Hated it, bro. Hated it. Could not stand the manager, bro. Like one of the worst ladies I've ever met in my life. God bless her soul and heal her of what's going on. But, bro, she was just terrible, man. And I was bored out of my mind all day. And then just the relationship I had with her was terrible because she was so... I don't really want to get into it and stuff. There's no point in that, like, just starting to talk bad about someone in this video. But just know that it was very difficult because of the manager. So anyway, I worked that job for a month and a half. And even then, I don't know how I did that, bro. Every day it was like... And then I just noticed myself feeling like very unhappy. I was just very unhappy in that job. And I thought my routine would be better, but honestly my routine was like more out of whack than when I had like more random hours at the restaurant job. That wasn't working. I was more unhappy. I was smoking more weed, which I wasn't enjoying doing. And I think I was really trying to just do it because I was like, oh, I just hate like going to work every day. I remember I used to just hate getting on the bus every morning and knowing where I had to go and spend the whole day there. I hated it, bro. But then I got myself in this position where I'm like, I hate this job. I couldn't go back to my old job. They said I couldn't go back. So I was like, what do I do? Because I was literally like, I'm someone like with conviction, bro. I'm not going to just stay in a job that I know is so bad for me, right? So I knew I wasn't going to stay in the second job. But I was like, what can I do? Like, I wasn't at the point where I was making enough money to like do music full time. And even one of the months that I had this second job that I really didn't like, the retail one, I only made like $700 from music. That also was a telltale sign, like, whoa, like something's not right here. Something's not aligning in the universe, Like you're supposed to get this job so it could help out a bit and you can make more from music. Or just keep growing the music thing. But I made $700, which is way less than I made before even. And I was like, something's not right here, bro. And I just got to the point where I couldn't do it. I looked for a couple other jobs, like waitering jobs more, because the money would have been good and the hours. But I couldn't find anything, bro. No one wanted to... I mean, I didn't look super hard, but I did apply to a decent number of places. And no one was interested, bro. So I was like, alright, bro, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna quit this job, and just try make music work for a couple months. Just try do the music, mixing, mastering, production, all my other services. I'm gonna try just make this work full time for a couple months because I had a little bit in savings. So I was also looked at it from the perspective of like, if there ever is a time for me to do it, bro, it's now. Because it's the most money I've ever had in savings. This was my goal anyway, was to get to the point where I could give music full-time a shot with all these expenses. So I was like, this is the time. This is the time to do it. And so after a month and a half of that job, I quit. I pretty much rage quit. I waited to my last pay and then I sent them a message a text, the manager and the assistant manager, and then just block them. A little bit petty, I know, but you know, bro, if you're in my situation, you do the same. Trust. It was ridiculous. I was not even going to engage. It's like one of those people that's not even worth engaging in. There's nothing good would have come from that. Like going in and speaking to it, nothing good would have come. So I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm letting go, putting that in the past. And I think that was it the end of June? Started July. Or was it the start of June? I think it was the end of June, start of July. Yeah, it must have been. I quit that job. So going into July, I was trying to do music full time. And I won't give you specifics, but basically what I was making on average from music a month was only pretty much like 40% to 50% of what I needed every month. So this was a huge task, right? Going into trying to do this full time, having only made between 40 to 50% most months of what I need. Some months I had one, like April, I went crazy. I made a lot of money from music, but that was random. That's what I'm saying, random. It didn't happen a lot. So anyway, I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I gave it a shot. And I was just because I was sitting in my job there thinking, bored out of my mind, like, dude, if I could spend every waking hour trying to get clients, producing more content so that eventually I can start getting clients organically. If I'm spending all my time on doing those two things and then fulfilling and making sure that fulfillment process goes the best as it can, offering discounts, like a lot of you work with me, you know, the discounts that I do for the first time customers, the Patreon, the courses that I do, the free packs and kits and 20 free beat pack, all of this stuff that I incorporated this year into my business, because I was in that job and I was thinking like, if I do this full time, I need to do it right, bro. And I need to make sure that I can just offer as much as I can, and that also I'm just a genuinely good energy and force to be around. Like if someone has interaction with me, even though obviously I'm trying to get them to either invest in mixing or production or the Patreon, whatever it may be, even if that doesn't happen, I'm not going to be like, oh, fuck you, bro, like, get out of my DMs then, or whatever. I'm going to be like, cool, man, like, because a lot of people don't have the money, so it's like, cool, man, you know, when you have the money, feel free to come back to me. And in the meantime, my DMs are always open for you, like, if you have any questions about equipment, because I've been doing this for so many years, you know, like I can really help people out with just basic questions when they're just starting about equipment, recording techniques, blah blah blah, plugins, whatever. So I always try and keep that as, you know, the outro message. If we're not going to do business together, is I'm still always here, bro. You know, feel free to look at my content, and if you ever want to message me about anything, like just message me and I'll try my best to help. So that was what I was thinking, like, this is who I need to become, and this is what I need to do to achieve what I want. And I knew going into July it was going to be a very tough month. Very tough month. So I set up, like, a crazy schedule for myself, which it's been tweaked, but I still adhere to pretty much the same thing every day. I have different time slots every single day allotted to different activities, which I still do. Wake up at 8 every day. Maybe one video will go over like what I do in a day, if anyone's interested, or if I want to do it. We'll see. But yeah, where was I? I knew it was going to be very tough transitioning to doing music full time. In that first month, July, I only made about 40 to 50% again of what I needed. So I was like, like, damn, bro. But I also knew that, you know, it's a transitional period. It might just take a month or two to get to where I want to get to. So I was stressing, but I wasn't like looking for another job or something. Like I said, I had a little bit in savings, so I was like, I'm gonna be fine. It sucks to see my savings going down, but I'm gonna be fine. Then August happened, and it was a really good month. I made pretty much what I needed to, even a bit more, probably. And I was like, wow, this is like, besides that one crazy month in April, this is like pretty much double what I've ever made in a month for doing this. Like, I've been doing this for like, what, 2 years? More than 2 years, but like 2 years professionally, and like trying to really grind it, like trying to make this a job for like, what, 2 years? And I guess I was doing it full time when I had roommates, but you know, you have roommates, so it's like a crutch. You can't really count. Not that you can't count that. If you do that, that's great. But it's like, I wanted to live alone, so whatever. But yeah, I've been trying to do it for like 2 years at least, and I was like, wow, that was like a light bulb moment when that happened in August. I was like, I could actually do this, bro. I just did it, and it took a frick ton of work, bro. Uh, I was either at my desk working on client acquisition or retention or content or courses or website stuff, or I was at the gym or I was on a run. That was pretty much all I did for like pretty much until now, to be honest. I mean, I went away in December, so I guess you could call it December. Kind of eased up a little bit. But all the way from July to August, September, October, November, December, 4 or 5 months was just working, bro. Like flat out. Because also my savings had gone down quite a bit. And I was like, I need to get some back. Tax season is coming up in April. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I need some money for tax season, bro. And I don't know where I was. Tax gets me on a tangent, bro. Takes over my mind. I don't want to think about tax. But yeah, I just knew I had to grind really hard for those 4 or 5 months. That's what I did. But yeah, man, it was stressful. But I'm so grateful for that job, Because if I didn't have that job and then quit that job, I wouldn't be in the position I'm in. I might still be working in the restaurant part time. So I'm really grateful for my path and my journey, and same with the break-in. I'm really grateful. I'm just grateful that everything has panned out the way it has, Um, but it was honestly one of the toughest years of my life. I also had to get way more disciplined in all aspects of my life. In terms of the gymming every single day or 6 days a week, doing cardio about the same. My sleep schedule, getting a really, really good, consistent sleep schedule. Stopping any of my vices, which I still do struggle with from time to time. My two vices are smoking weed and vaping. I still struggle with them from time to time, but man, so much better than they used to be. I used to do both consistently all day, every day, pretty much in 2022. So I'm in a much better position in terms of all those things. So I'm just really grateful for it. But I guess that's kind of my year. And then, I had a nice December off. Well, I saw some family in South Africa, and then now I'm back in Jan for 2024, and excuse me, going into the new year, doing music full time. It's just a blessing. I just feel so lucky. I feel so happy. I feel so grateful to have the opportunity to do this. This is like all I've ever wanted. And a big goal of mine for this year as well, I put on my Instagram last night, my personal Instagram, is like to fall in love with music again. Because I think last year was just like, all I could think about all the time was like, I needed to like feed myself and pay for my rent, bro. And like all I was worrying about was bills the whole year. And it's tough, bro. I'm not trying to play like the victim card, but like when you're a single 21-year-old having to do it all yourself, I don't really have much of a support system in Van. I don't really have any family here or friends. It's difficult, bro. Like it's all on me. But at the same time, I thrived off that. I fucking loved that it was like all on me. And that really led me to making so much progress last year. But anyway, I can't remember what tangent I was on there. But in short, I'm looking forward to the new year, 2024. Like I said, feeling really grateful, really blessed to be in the position I'm in. So many projects I'm looking forward to, so many artists I'm looking forward to helping them evolve their sound. I've made so many good relationships, especially with mixing clients over the last...
I'm not sure I understand.
My Apple Watch going off. Over the last like 6 months-ish. And I'm just really, really excited to keep developing those relationships, get a lot of new clients, get the courses going too. I'm really excited to roll out my courses. We're just kind of in the final stages of editing, because I think I have a lot of value there too. Keep pushing everything I'm doing. keep pushing the content grind, and also, you know, get these videos out there more, and try and just portray my authentic self a bit more, and be like as authentic as I can for myself, and then in turn the world. But I think that's pretty much wraps up this video. I hope that, like, if you guys stick through the whole thing, you can kind of see what it might take you to do something similar. You really have to invite the pressure. You really do have to invite the pressure, and you have to thrive off of pressure. If you want to be a high achiever, you definitely have to be able to take that pressure and thrive off of it, and enjoy it along the way, right? But yeah, I'm definitely that type of person, and that's why it was fine for me. The year I had was it was a great year. Apart, obviously, you know, the break-in and the job was horrible, but all in all, it was amazing. I'm never gonna play like a victim mentality or have a victim mindset just because shitty things happen. Shitty things happen to everyone all the time. So, but yeah, that was my year. That's kind of what it took to get to doing music full time again. Starting 2024 off doing music full time again. I look back on the last year, and yeah, I got a couple more video ideas for this series. A couple cool ones, so you'll see another video here next week. And yeah, thanks to anyone that stuck around. Let me know if you watched. Let me know if you have any thoughts on like what happened to me this year, or if you know, have had a similar situation, or if you got anything from the video. That'd be really helpful to know. But yeah, even if people don't really watch these videos or care at all or comment, like, I think I'm still gonna make them. It's felt really nice just to sit here and like talk about real things, you know, about life. We all want to put on like a certain image, and we do need to a certain extent. But I think bringing the humanity back into content creation, and just life, is a big goal of mine for the year. So with that being said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video.